Hey, Facebook, how are you all? I hope you're all well, rocking and rolling right into the second week of, or third week of January. I can't keep up. Hope you're all well. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Elsa Morgan. I'm a wife, I'm a mum, and I also love inspiring people and helping people to step into their greatness. Now also known as hashtag Coach Queenie. Nothing to do with Frozen, but somehow I've been labeled Coach Queenie, so it's stuck. So anyway, guys, it's Monday here. It's the start of the week, and this is a great opportunity at the start of every week. Set some goals for you to set yourself for the week. And one thing that is super important, I coach a lot of people to help them get started in their network marketing business. I help people to be able to relaunch and reinvigorate their businesses. I also have my own organization as well. And basically one thing that is super important is the story that we tell ourselves. As you're hopping on, say hello, guys. Don't be a stranger. I can't see any comments, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there. Say hello. Don't be a stranger. And basically, a lot of people love to hang on to their stuff. They love to hang on their stuff because that is what's going to justify them failing, right? I mean, seriously, this is the absolute truth. And, we've all been there. I raise my hand that, I consciously make an effort now not to go there. But once upon a time, I would always say the same story. This is the reason why I cannot succeed, because this is the reason I cannot succeed. Because raise your hand if you are that person. And it's okay to be transparent. It's okay to be transparent, because when you are self-aware, that is the very first step to actually improve and get better. Right? And absolutely no judgment here. Hey, Denny, how are you? How are you? So guys, it's so important when you're on a journey, health related, wealth related, relationship related, especially relationships, right? And just purely one of self-improvement, that you are aware that the story that you tell yourself is exactly the story that's going to evolve. What tends to happen is that when we actually tell ourselves a story, this is why I haven't succeeded in the past. This is the reason why things did not go wrong. And so what you're doing is you're programming your mind to go there again. You're programming your mind saying, I will not succeed because of this. Right? Hey, Janet, how you going? Hey, Felicity. Yes, I am. Thank you. I look forward to catching up with you later and explain. Basically, that is what you're saying. You're basically telling your mind, hey, if I don't achieve what I want to achieve, right? It's basically because of what's happened in the past. And it's so easy for us to do this. It is so easy for us to lapse into this self-prophesizing kind of story where we're just saying to ourselves, you know what? I failed before. I'm probably going to fail again, but I'm going to try and see anyway. We do this a lot as humans because we don't want to look silly, because we don't want to say to ourselves, hey, I'm going to go all in and then risk looking silly, risk failing. We're just going to say, hey, I'm going to dip my toe, but if I fail, I already know why, right? I already know why I'm going to fail, even though I'm going to dip my toe and just see, right? And I used to be this person. Where I was the victim mentality, right? I was the victim. I played the victim over and over again. And this is where it stems from, is because you're playing the victim saying, hey, this happened to me in the past, so it's going to happen to me again. I'm going to try this, but the likelihood is I'm going to fail, right? And the reality is that if you say that, and you say that things aren't going to work out, that is probably what is going to happen, right? So, in my years of being a student, and I still am a student, even though now, I am coaching a lot more people, it's been so important for me to really check in with my mindset. And whenever I have ever, talked about or told myself a story about why I possibly could not fail, I've had to really, really work hard on creating that mind hack and telling myself a new story. you know. And there's some things that I just want to share with you that you can do to actually change your story in 2020 and beyond, right? Because your story from last year and 5 years ago and 10 years ago and 20 years ago of why you did not win does not have to be your story this year or ever, right? Your story, you can change that now, today, I promise you. Right? I promise you. And the reason why this is important for me, because I see far too many people that have so much potential sell themselves short because they constantly tell themselves that they are not worthy. They constantly tell themselves that they will fail from the stories that they're telling themselves. They tell themselves that I will not win because this happened to me in the past. See? That's happening again. See? And that happened last time. So, see, it's going to happen again. Oh, look, they're behaving in the same way. So, see, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Look, it's the same thing. So, guess what? I'm not doing it because I don't want to get hurt. Raise your hand if this has been you in the past. Because I can tell you right now, you can change your future. You can change your story. Right? You have to be just aware of the fact that this is the story that you're telling yourself. And the subconscious mind is so powerful. You know, it does not know the difference between reality and not reality. So what you think about, even if it's not true, the subconscious is going to believe that it is true because that's the story that you keep telling yourself. Because it doesn't know if it's true or not. All it knows is what you think. All it knows is what you tell it. So if you tell it that you're going to fail because this is what's triggering you to think that, guess what? It's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. So guys, I just want to share with you some hacks you can implement. Exactly, Anya. It's self-sabotage. It is self-sabotage. I'm going to tell you some hacks. I'm going to share with you some hacks that really do work. And some of these are old, but you need to be reminded because they're right in front of you. The answers are right in front of you. They're everywhere, but you just have to open your eyes. So many people have answers right in front of them, but they refuse to open their eyes because they just want to be safe. They want to be safe in their story. They want to be safe in the story of, hey, I failed in the past. I'm going to continue failing, and I'll continue failing in the future, and that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going to stay. You know, I've had so many people say to me, look, I have prospected so many people, like thousands of people for like 12 months, 13 months, and I've seen nothing. I've worked so hard, and that's the story that they'll keep telling themselves because they're priming themselves for failure. What they fail to understand is their work that they're producing is going to compound and one day it's going to explode. That is the reverse in the story that you should be telling yourself, is that I'm growing into the leader, I'm growing into the network marketing professional, I'm growing into the person that's going to attract thousands and impact thousands of people's lives. And it's just going to take a lot of conversations for me to get there. It's going to take a lot of people and me developing myself to get there, and I'm okay with that. Rather than saying, I've spoken to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and nothing's happening, right? Can you see the difference? Can you see how just merely telling yourself a different story, it's exactly the same situation. It's exactly the same situation. But how you prime and program your mind is going to firstly change your story and secondly change your energy and the way that you approach your business, right? It's so important that you really, really focus on the story that you tell yourself. Because if that is what you are geared around, meaning you function off stuff that you tell yourself, more than ever, in this day and age, when we're surrounded by negativity, when we're surrounded by people who are wanting to see you fail, you need to be more than ever vigilant and resilient to that sort of stuff. You need to be vigilant with the energy and the story that you tell yourselves, and you need to be resilient to that negative toxicity that exists out there. Like, I am lethal and ruthless with it this year, because I have got big, steep goals of where I want to go, and anyone that totally is not in alignment with where I want to go, or in the energy, or, you know, in the same vibe, cut. You have to be. You can't entertain it. You cannot entertain it, right? So guys, number one, let me tell you, these things do work. Whenever I feel like I need an energy shift, I do affirmations. Look at it. Look, it's there. And it's like it's actually wasting away. Right, it's actually wasting away in color. You know, it's blurring. I've got to write a new one, right? So I don't know if you can see, I've got my dining table behind me. I actually walk around the dining table and I say, I am rich, I'm creative, I am beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm worthy, I'm successful. And I constantly tell myself over and over again till I have that energy shift. It's so important, because once you start believing that, you start programming your mind, right? This sort of stuff instantly starts presenting into your life, right? And everything is going to be different to everybody else. What I feel is amazing is different to what you feel is amazing. To what I see as successful in my world is different to what is successful in your world. That's okay. That's okay. No judgment, right? The other thing that's really worked for me, which I implemented last year, and it really made a massive difference, whenever you catch yourself talking negative, saying to yourself, oh, it's never going to work, or whatever, hashtag mind hack, right? This is a hack for me that has really, really worked. And I talk about this all the time. Like, if you go several lives back, you will see I talk about this a lot, right? Catch yourself and create that mind hack. What are you saying to yourself? If you do not do this, if you do not lose 20 kilos, if you don't work this network marketing business, if you don't persevere and overcome these obstacles, if you don't, work through your marriage, work through your relationships, if you do not change the way that you eat, if you do not drink more water, if you do not get more sleep, what is the alternative? What is going to happen if you do not change your habits, right? What is the alternative? What is, for me, if I don't work this network marketing business and I don't give it absolutely everything and go all in, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, I'm going to have to go back to work full time and probably be in a job. I'm just saying, speaking for me, no judgment for people who work full time. So I just want to preface this comment by saying that there's no judgment, because I've been so many times I've been absolutely DM'd and blocked because I've said this, but this is the truth. I don't want to go back to work full time. No, that is not for me. And I will do anything in my power, compliantly and legally, to bust my butt and go all in and work this business and impact thousands of lives. Because one, that makes me happy, right? And two, I don't want to go back to work. You will not catch me dead going in a corporate gear and doing what I used to do, because that is not me anymore. It served its purpose. It paid my bills. You know, I loved it for who I was back then, because who I am now, I can't fit into that world anymore. You know, once upon a time, I was this egotistical, self-centered egnomaniac that just wanted to be number one all the time. Whereas now, I just want to help the next person. Now I just want to help one more person. Now I want to help people that want me to help them. Now I want to inspire people that want to be inspired by me. Now I want to change the world. Now I want to raise money for charities that are meaningful to me, right? Hey, Sarah May, how are you? That's what drives me. That's what serves me. That's what fills my heart, right? So I create this mindset hack. And I say to myself, if ever I catch myself saying anything negative, I go, nope. If I don't do this, if I don't feel like doing it, guess what? I'm going to do it anyway, because I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to be doing this. If I don't change my habits, I don't want to be going to see the doctor. I don't want to be, whatever. Because right? The alternative is far more painful than just doing the work and getting it done and changing my habits and drinking more water. Because I cannot for the life of me, like, this is work. Like, I'm very lazy. I openly say I'm lazy and I really need to work the drinking more water bit, and I'm working on it every single day, right? So that's number 2. Develop a mindset hack that's really going to reverse and flip your script, right? Catch yourself. What is the alternative? What is the alternative if I don't do this? What is the alternative if I don't change my habits? If I don't change my life, what is the alternative, right? Because if you don't go there and develop those techniques and strategies that are absolutely going to help you to become that better version of you, you will stay where you are. And you'll keep telling yourself the same story, and it'll just keep perpetuating over and over again because you have decided to tell yourself the same story, right? That you're going to fail, that you can't do this, that you won't do the work because you can't be bothered, right? So you've got to do that, right? And number 3, and this is super important because this is something that I've really tapped into this year, and I've already started seeing a shift. If you find yourself in a situation where the story keeps repeating, one of the main reasons, and this is going to hurt some people, but this is the absolute truth, one of the main reasons this happens is because of the people that you're surrounding yourself with. If you're surrounding yourself with people who keep feeding into your negativity, or you keep feeding into theirs, right, you will become that person. You will retain that energy. You will become one of them, and you will stay where you are. But if you want to radically change your life and change the story and really start telling yourself inspiring messages that are totally going to rewire your brain and reprogram your mind, change the people that you are hanging around with. Change the story. Change by really, like, seriously, you start hanging out with people that are playing big in this space or in playing big in life. I'm telling you, it's a whole different level of conversation. The conversations there are nothing to do with negativity. The conversations there have nothing to do with woe is me, I will fail. The conversations with people that are high performing individuals, like athletes and entrepreneurs and business people and just people that are just playing big all round, they don't talk about negativity. They only see possibility. They only see opportunity, right? And every situation that's presented to them is about how can they step into their growth to actually resolve something, or to become better, or to do better, or to help more people, or to, impact the masses. It has nothing to do with why they're going to fail. It has nothing to do about, I will fail because this is not right. I will fail because, so-and-so said this about me and they blocked me. The conversations with those kinds of people are on a whole nother level, right? They look for opportunity. They look for how can we do more? How can we be more? How can we be better? How can we stretch ourselves? So really look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with, because if you're around crabs, you will be a crab, right? Don't be a crab. Get out of that crab mentality, right? And this is hard to do, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but you do outgrow friendships, and you do outgrow. When you're on an upward spiral of personal development growth, I'm telling you, you just naturally weed yourself out anyway, right? And so I have definitely found myself in that situation late last year, early this year, where you just naturally weed yourself out of situations because you're just thinking on a higher level, speaking on a higher level, and really wanting to expand, rather than staying stuck because and feeling like you're the victim and things won't work just because things aren't perfect in your world. Nothing is ever going to be perfect in anyone's world. You just got to run with whatever's presented and just go. Like there are so many areas in my life that are not perfect. I've got messes everywhere. But you know what? I play with the cards that I'm dealt with. I play my best hand. I just go, right? And if I fail, I pick up the learnings and I continue. But I'm not someone that's going to go, hey, this wasn't perfect, so I'm not going to continue, right? So guys, I hope that inspires you. I really wanted to talk about this because, you know, 2020 is the start of a massive new, you know, time for a lot of people. And, you know, a lot of people have been talking about New Year's resolutions, wondering how yours are going. Drop in the comments how your New Year's resolutions are going. Are you stuck? Have you quit already? Because it's very, very normal for people to be quitting around about now. Right? And so if you do need help with that, please feel free to reach out to me. But other than that, guys, I hope this inspires you. I hope that you achieve everything that you want to achieve this year and more. And just know that me, like you, have got a story. I've got stuff that's messy all around. But you know what? I'm going to keep playing my best hand, and so should you, because you are worthy, you are capable. You know, I love you. I want you guys all to win, and just know that you have absolutely everything inside of you to succeed. Nothing is stopping you but just you. So guys, have an amazing week. I love you all. Take care. Keep smiling. Bye for now.